Hey YouTube, it's your girl, Mama Kathy, coming to you today with another little video. I'm not planning on being on here a long time like I used to be, just to get on here and just run off at my mouth for an hour, 2 hours. I'm in the room by myself right now because, like I said, it's been a while and I want to chit chat with you guys for a little bit. I guess I'll start and then people will just come in and they'll say hi to Mama Kathy. I see 3 people in the room. Can you say hi to Mama Kathy and like this video? It don't cost you nothing at all. Okay, we got 4 people. Can we get somebody to hit the like button? This is like an auction. So how's you guys New Year's going out there? I hope it's been an amazing time. My New Year's hasn't been going so great, as I'm sure a lot of you know, because you watch my son Dochi and Nisha's channel, and you probably know a little bit what's going on. But I'm going to give you an in-depth look at what went on this past month, the reason why I had not been, you know, in the mood or, just to talk to anybody, on here. Hi, thank you for responding. Thank you guys for hitting the like bell. More people will come in, as the time go on, or they'll see the video when it's up. Hey, Bethy Boo. I just want everybody out there to give a special happy birthday to my 18-year-old granddaughter, Alasia. She's an amazing young lady. She just turned 18. She graduates this day. Who is fake? Hey, Lena. So, anyway, we've been going through this super bad tragedy in my family, and I just wanted to point out 2 people who have never met me face to face, but they are so loyal. That's Lena and that's Anita, beautiful black queen. They always call and checking in on me to see how me and my family is doing. And I so much appreciate you guys, because you didn't have to take the time out of your busy daily schedule to see how little Mama Kathy and her family was doing. So for me, love you guys. So anyway, I'm going to start out with the reason why I have not been posting lately is because I had got sick. I had got really sick. I wound up with an infection in from here all the way down to my stomach, the soft tissue inside my rib bones, and it was just really super bad. So I was on antibiotics for about a month and a half or more. So I was gonna go to Texas to see Danny, Nisha, and the kids because I wanted to be there when Nisha had the new baby. And if I had been there, then Dochi wouldn't have missed out on going to the hospital with his children, because of course he trusts his parents to, take care of his kids and know that we would do it right. But unfortunately, she needed to go to the hospital with her, and Dochi had to stay at home with the kids. But it's okay. But during that time, we have been dealing with a lot with my niece. Her name is Tanisha. Oh my gosh, she is such a beautiful young lady. I mean, she was beautiful inside and outside. Now, I'm not trying to say that she wasn't no Hellcat and she wouldn't put you in your place if she had to put you in her place. You understand? If she had to do that, she had to do that. Okay, but we going back to my beautiful granddaughter Alasia, whose birthday is the 18th. If anybody want to cash app her, her cash app is $ ACURRY04. Yes, that's on Cash App. We don't care if it's $1. It's whatever you can afford, even if it's 50 cents. We don't care. Let's just make her birthday one of the happiest birthdays that she had, because now she's growing into an adulthood. Thank you so much. I feel pretty today. I like this little baby I got on. But let me tell y'all before I just get into talking about my needs, because I'm trying to, be, positive and, happy and light, and I don't want to, let me open up these shades over here. Maybe give me more light because it just looked like it's so dark, So give me 1 second and let me open up these blinds behind me. Do not disturb. I don't know what I was thinking. But anyway, yeah, so let's make Alicia's birthday really special. And anything that you could send her will be greatly appreciated. Again, her cash app is $ACURRY04. That is her cash app. And just put I came from Mama Kathy's channel in the subject line. And that would make her day. She would feel so good. Make you a mod? I ain't did that in so long. How do you make that a moderator? Okay, add moderator. Your wish is my your wish is my command, T. Now you are a moderator for Catherine, Mama Kathy. Yes, you are. I'm having a little glass of wine because everybody's entitled to one glass of wine every now and then. Mama Kathy don't drink, but today I just felt like I needed a glass of wine. I bought this wine when I went out to the Amish country. Oh my God, it is so good. It's so mellow. Don't leave an aftertaste in your mouth or anything. But this is a very sad time in my life and in my family life and in my sister's life. My sister, I will forever remember the day when she gave birth to my niece. She was mad because she just knew she was going to have that baby on her birthday because she had started labor pains. And she did not want to have that baby on her birthday. And lo and behold, God had other plans. And guess what? She had that baby on her birthday, March 4th, which is coming up. Now, my niece passed away January the 2nd. January the 20th. She had a memorial February the 5th. And she wasn't cremated till 4 days later. And so that was like a long time that we had to wait. So during that whole time, we're very antsy and we're very, we still grieving. And my therapist sent me a book on grieving. It's called Good Grief. And it shows you the different stages of when you're going through grief and stuff. I go through my phone and I don't never erase any of my text messages. So I never erased any of my text messages. So I went back yesterday and I was just looking at her text message and I hadn't realized that I had communicated with her so much. And my text messages went back with her for 3 years. And, and the last time I texted her was on New Year's Day. And she went to the hospital the day before New Year's and she didn't respond. And I figured, that was okay because she wasn't, doing so great mentally. She had, I don't know if you guys know what this is, but she was, her calcium level was very high, which was making her very confused, okay? And then they was giving her fluids, and so she was getting better. And so then one day her brother called her on the phone early in the morning like he always do. And she answered the phone and she was like, "What's up, bro?" And he was like, he looked at the phone and then he looked around and he was like, "Tanisha?" And then she was like, "Yeah, what's up, bro?" She was like, "I feel so good today." And he hung up the phone from her and he immediately called the doctor's office and he called the doctor and said that I want to take my sister home today. Now they had already had hospice set up and everything in her home. And so the day that she came home, me and my husband and my granddaughter, the one who's 18 today, Hey, and we went out to her house and everything, and she was so happy to see us and everything. And they was ordering food, and she was hungry because somebody had ate up her chicken wings. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, she's adorable. But anyway, the doctors had told my nephew that my niece had maybe 2 weeks to live. Well, she had been home for, I believe, 6 days. I was there with her the last day, and passed away at 11:41 on January the 20th. And I had got the call a little bit later, and I was so devastated because I just really wanted to be there for my sister, because she has 4 children. She has 2 girls, 2 boys, and I just didn't want her to feel alone in that situation. So, um, and then she said she felt a certain type of way because after they removed her daughter from the home, after they removed her daughter from the home, she my sister was left there. Everybody else started to leave out because she passed at 11:20. They came and got her a little bit before 2, and then my sister was left there in the house by herself except for Monica. Monica was there with her, and I think her daughter Rhonda was there for a little while. Yeah, so, and then we had this long wait for her memorial service. But I tell y'all, it was the most beautiful homegoing I have ever seen, period, in my entire life. The church held 1,200 people, and it was standing room only. You understand? Because we have so much friends. I mean, we have so much family, and then it was so many friends. Friends of the family and friends of her children and everything like that. Their parents. It was just amazing, and she had so many beautiful flowers because that's what she wanted, and her favorite color was purple. So she got her wishes. Thank you so much, Tamika. And so, it was devastating. It was hard, and it was a lot going on. And Tanisha, when she left here, she hadn't passed over because she was like very angry, because she was given some medication that she did not want, that we found out. And so she's just lingering on because she was still angry. And I can imagine her being angry because if you're in a freezer, if she didn't know anything about being cremated. Her father told her a story about his father being cremated, and then she made a decision to be cremated, and she really didn't know anything about it. But they kept her in the freezer for ever since she passed in January the 20th, all the way until her services was on the 5th, and then to maybe about the 11th, she was maybe cremated. I'm not sure the date, so don't quote me, and I could be wrong. But my sister explained to me how that cremation process worked because they actually watched it, and that's something that I could never ever ever do. So for people out there who wants to be cremated and their family wants to watch the process, because you can watch the process of cremation. They had my niece on a flat box, and you could see her whole entire body. They raised the table up to a door, and then they had flames in there, and then they just lifted the table at an angle, and she just slid in amongst all those flames. And at that point, my sister lost it because she just didn't think that she was going to see that. Is it little? Oh, okay. Is it bad? Oh, okay. So, at any rate, she was so sad and she was so distraught over that, and then the day of her memorial service, my sister broke down. My sister passed out a couple times, and I was at home in my bed. It was like 11 o'clock, and she called, and they called for me. They said she was just calling and screaming my name, that I want my sister Kathy. I want my sister Kathy. So I was at her house in zero point 0.4 seconds. You understand? Because we only live around the corner from each other. We live like 4 streets over from one another, and I was there. Trust and believe me. And I was the only calm one in the house because everybody was drunk, emotional, and hungry. Okay. So they ordered some food, and then everybody got better. And then we took my sister upstairs so she can go to the bathroom. And I waited and I waited, and it was taking so long. So I went up there to see what was going on. And then next thing I know, we was standing up, and then this blast of heat came out the furnace. It felt like fire. And then she just passed out. Eyes went in the back of her head, and I was like so scared. And I was like, call 911. They had already been there earlier, and then they said they couldn't take her against her will because that would be considered kidnapping. So at any rate, um, she didn't wind up going to the hospital, but she did come downstairs. We got her to eat some food, and then she like fell asleep. And after about an hour, I left and I came home. And then from there, every day I've been talking to my sister because she's alone, and she shouldn't be alone with her thoughts and stuff. That's just not cool. So if she just need people to be around her. And she was over my house for a couple days, and stayed for a few hours. And I was like, okay. And like when I was talking to my therapist, she said it's nothing really that you can say to them, because nothing you say is going to stop the grief that they feel. So, but what I did was I make t-shirts, right? And so instead of having to spend money out of my own pocket, I asked the community, like our friends and families on Facebook and stuff, and I asked them, would they be willing to buy a T-shirt, and that all profits would go to her 3 sons. She had a 20-year-old, she had a 15-year-old, and she had a 6-year-old. And so I made all those T-shirts. I made at least 60 T-shirts. Did y'all get Kathy's number? So anyway, I made all those T-shirts, and all the profit went to her 3 sons, and I gave them their money, except for the little one that was 6 years old. I gave him to his guardian. But even though you know that your family member or a loved one is sick, you can never be prepared for it. I don't care what anybody say. You can't be prepared for that. When they go to take their last breath, okay? They go to take their last breath. It's like you never was waiting on it. You understand? And you are so devastated that they're not here for you. I don't know if you guys know, but thank you so much, because I don't know how she got back in there. I sent her away a long time ago. I blocked her from my channel. Thank you so much, T. Please do not let her get into my channel. Block her out my channel, please. Let me see what her name is. It's LaQuisha Chloe. Please take her out, because I can't deal with that negative energy. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you are a good moderator. But anyway, it's just that, in her memorial service was 4 hours long. And then we went to the repast, which was another 3 hours long. But we got a chance to communicate with people we never saw in a long, long time. And it's like, that's the only time people really, really come out, is when there's a death in a family or a wedding. You understand? And I think that people need to get together, people need to get together and not wait for a funeral or a marriage to come together. I mean, we all know each other, so we can all just, and for the ones that we really don't know, we can all just try to, pick a day and come together, And people always say when they're at the funeral and they do their little 2-minute speech, we got to do better. We got to come together. And then a week after, the person has passed, have been buried or whatever happened with them, then next thing you know, it just started to slide down. And next thing where you were getting all those phone calls, those text messages, people bringing you meals and stuff, then all of a sudden it's just cold turkey just stops. You understand? And that person is just left alone with their grief. I'm reading this book called Good Grief that my therapist sent me in the mail. I haven't got too far in it, but I'm going to invest my time in reading it. And then I'm going to use a magic marker, a yellow highlighter pen. So stuff that I don't understand, I can have her help me understand what it is. But I know I'm going through grief of losing my niece. I went through something called um um I don't even know what I was going to say, because the person that T just locked out of my room is texting me on my personal phone number, because I never changed it. But they've been harassing me for a couple years now. But I'm not going to give them the time of the day, because my heart is too full on other things, and I just don't have time for that. And plus, at the time I was going through this with my niece, I was going through a personal illness, and that's why I wasn't on YouTube. And I'll share a little bit with you about that. I thought that I had breast cancer, and we did all the tests. We did a biopsy. We did everything, because it was bad. I wish I could really show you guys the pictures, but I can't. But thank you so much. So I really thought I had breast cancer, and I'm so happy that I did not have breast cancer. But I did have infection from here all the way down to my stomach and in my ribs. And I was on antibiotics for a month and a half. Then they took me off. And then now they're trying to see if my white blood cell counts are going to go back up. And if they do, then I might have to get on IV therapy, where they admit me in the hospital, get me on that. Then I come home with IV therapy for about 2 months, to really get it together. But what they really want to do is get me to lay on my stomach and do an MRI, so they can really see if the infection is in my rib bones. But I know that it is. But anyway, let's go to a lighter note. So I'll tell you what happened. I called Dochi and Nisha, and I told Dochi and Nisha that Tanisha's services would be on February the 5th. The same night, Tanisha ordered the tickets that, come back to Ohio, new baby and all, because Tanisha was more of a sister to them than a first cousin, because we did everything together when they were little. You understand? So Danny them, it cost them an arm and a leg to come all the way back from there to here on a plane with all those children, but they did it. And then so they came in on the 4th, they went to the services and a repast on the 5th, and then on the 6th they got up early in the morning and they flew back to Texas. And then it was Dee's birthday, and then they gave Dee a birthday party, and they had all the little people there to help celebrate it and everything. So it was really nice. And I was really, happy and impressed that, they came way from Texas. Even though it was extremely expensive, they still came. And I really appreciate that. And I'm sure my sister appreciated it, because when I said Maria, Danny, and Nisha will be here, she was like, they coming? And I was like, yes. But then on a sadder note, my son, who just was in jail for 5 years and he's in a halfway house now, they're going to tell him that she wasn't an immediate family member, so he couldn't go. But yet and still, they would give him a pass to go to the barbershop. They would give him a pass to go to Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, all these kind of places, but you couldn't give him a pass to go to a memorial service. I just didn't understand that. You understand? That was just weird to me. So anyway, I guess we'll go out on a lighter note. You know, she was a beautiful young lady. She dressed her ass off. We went to a fashion show. She stole the show. Hello, Terry. She stole the show. And Danny's sister, my husband, her name is Levada. She had passed away with cancer. She was in remission for 7 years. She was cancer free. Cancer came back in her breast and it was very, very aggressive. And when we went to the fashion show for cancer awareness, and all the people that had fought cancer, beat cancer, and then had to surrender to cancer, they had pictures up there. And so Tanisha had submitted his sister's picture. And Lord, did we know she was watching in the background. So when her uncle saw that his sister was in the program and she saw his face go from to happy to sad and to happy again, and she watched him and then she told him, I saw you, uncle. I saw all the emotions that you went through. And it was like, it was kind of crazy. And she's back in here, so could you please get her out? Block her. T, do you know how to block her? Because this is something near and dear and personal to my heart. Block her. Yes, T, you remember that? It is. She came over my house, and I swear to you guys, look, they're still over here trying to do stuff. My niece came all the way over here, and even though she didn't feel good, she did a vegan. She was Mama Kathy and husband eating vegan food for the first time, and it was so delicious. And she made us like 3 different meals. She made us a sausage meal, she made a spaghetti meal, and she made us a hamburger meal. And that plant-based burger and spaghetti and the hot Italian sausages, I mean, it was amazing. It tasted like real food. I would have never thought that it was vegan food because it was so good. Yeah, keep timing them out because I'm gonna have to figure out how to erase them and put them back in timeout because I don't know how they got out of being able to come on here because I don't want them here. But anyway, today, yesterday was Valentine's Day. Well, prior to that, I had texted her on her phone and I told her I can't help it but missing you, and I did a little cry face. And then yesterday I text her, happy Valentine's Day, and I will miss you forever, but you are always in my heart. And then I gave a little sad face with a cry, and it just make me feel better. It make me feel like she's somewhere and she's seeing my text messages and she's not gone. That's the best way that I can deal with the situation. People deal with grief in a lot of different ways on their own time. So that's what I wanted to come on here and talk to you guys about today. And then I want to tell you that my husband's birthday is in March, and I want to give him a birthday party and bring everybody together because since everybody is so sad in the family of what happened to our beloved Tanisha, I wanted to like lighten things up and give him a really nice birthday party, have the 360 booth there and all the decorations. And of course, I will take you guys along with me. I always take y'all along with me on my special occasions. And I would really love to do that for him. And then that night after the party, we'll come home and we'll go to sleep. And then the next day, we will get up and go away. Excuse me, we will go away to the hotel for 2 days. For 2 days to the hotel just to be away from the rat race. You know, I'm in my house 24/7. I'm so scared of catching the coronavirus, and so is my husband. I didn't know this person, but my a friend of mine told me that her son's friends had a wife. She was 37 years old. They had three children, 15, 9, and 8. And the mother went in the hospital December the 28th, and she had COVID. They wound up putting her on a ventilator. They wound up putting a tracheotomy in. The same thing happened with my grandma. I mean, my mom, Veronica. And we didn't think she was going to make it. And this young lady was only 37 years old, and she lost her life a few days ago. And, like she said, it's not really much you can do. All you could do is just sit there and listen and try to comfort them that way. And I don't think her son had ever experienced death like that for a person that's close. And my niece had three boys, and my niece was 38, and this family, she was 37, and she left behind three daughters. And so if you guys get a moment, say a prayer for them. Say a prayer for my family so we can get through what's going on and everything. I will really appreciate you guys. I'm not going to stay on here a real long time. I wanted to just come on here and address the fact that, I want her to rest in heaven. I didn't want to say rest in peace. I wanted to say rest in heaven. And I hope that's where she is. She was a firecracker when she was here on the earth, but she was also a very sweet person. And oh my God, did she love her Uncle Danny, my husband. She really loved him. But this will not be the last time that you guys will hear from me. I will try to come back regularly, and I have a lot of different subjects that I want to touch on. I want to touch on this coronavirus. I want to touch on, oh, Lord have mercy. Do you know that this sick, perverted minded person just texted me and told me that my niece is resting in hell? I just wanted to share one of the messages that's coming across my screen, but I'm not going to let that bother me because I know my niece. My niece joined the church. She got saved. She sung with the praise team, everything. And my nephew, he was laughing at her. He said, "Ma, did you give Tanisha the music sheet?" And my sister was like, "Yeah, I gave it to her, but I think I gave it to her late." He said she would be up there, didn't know the words, and we all laughed and cracked up in the church, because it was funny, and it was funny and it was sad all at the same time. But I just wanted to come on here and share, that we had a loss, a really big loss in our family, and only God can help us pull through this. And for people to say stuff that's inconsiderate and very mean, I just hope that they do not, that they do not, that they do not. And then they said, "You can drop dead with her, bitch." And you know what? That's the last thing that I'm going to say about that person. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go in there and block them. But they text me from so many text apps, numbers. But, it don't even matter, because I'm not going to let that person faze me. You're not going to make me step out of my hookup and cuss you out and tell you this. I'm not. You're an evil person, and God see everything that you're doing, and the stuff that you're doing is horrible. It's terrible. And God don't like ugly, and then you're going to be wondering why things are not going your way. And one thing I want to tell you is that karma is a bitch. So they can say whatever they want to say. I'm not going to give you any more. I gave you that. So say thank you to Mama Kathy. But I'm not giving you anything else. You can say whatever else you want to say on there, and I will not give it to you, because that you're just an evil, 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 miserable person, because you're so ugly. And I'm serious. I saw the person. They are so ugly. It's a guy who wants to be a girl, And if you want to be a girl, you should at least try to look like one, but you look like a real strong man. And so I'm not going to even deal with you. That's the last thing I'm going to say about you. But anyway, I think that after I have the party for Dolce and Nisha and I get the clearance from the doctor, we're going to travel to Florida. I mean, Texas. We went to Florida and I gave you guys that video. I had an amazing time. It was beautiful. It was beautiful, you know? I mean, really, really, really super beautiful. And so I'm going to go. I love you too, sweetie. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to Texas next, and then after that, then I might go back to Florida, but it might be Miami. But I gotta get my passport, and I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try to do that this week. I'm gonna go to the post office, and I'm gonna try to get my passport because I want to go out of the country. And guess where Mama Kathy want to go, y'all? Mama Kathy want to go to Dubai. Okay? Because my daughter-in-law, my ex-daughter-in-law, she went there and oh my God, it was so beautiful. And then Love and Hip Hop, they all went there and they went dune buggy and on all those different sand hills and stuff. It was gorgeous. So that's what I really want to do this summer. So anyway, I just want to tell you guys I love you and I appreciate y'all rocking with me and waiting on me. I'm going to have some different contents to bring to y'all. Like I'm really getting into my t-shirt business because I'm really learning how to make everything. I did like over 60 t-shirts for my nephews. And like I said, I gave all the money to profits from them. I didn't receive a dollar, even though I was standing up every day for a week in pain, trying to get all those t-shirts done and then to get all the t-shirts to the people. Woo! But this time it won't be no 60 t-shirt orders coming in at a time because I'm going to stop them at a certain thing until I get everything done. And then I say, well, I'm booked up until the 11th. And then after the 11th, they could call me because then I would be done with those. So, but people want hoodies and stuff like that for lost family members and Tanisha and all kind of stuff they want me to put on there. And I ain't got no problem with it. And if I hadn't showed you burnt down my shirt, I would have showed you my very first shirt. It says, my faith is strong, and then it has a heart on it, and it's beautiful. Yes, it's really beautiful. But I've been on here for 37 minutes, and I just wanted to come on here and let you know because I know Dochi probably didn't tell y'all the whole story. You know, he just probably told y'all that Tanisha had passed away and they was going to Cleveland, you know, to pay their last respects or whatever. And they did. And I was so happy to see them. I got to keep the little baby for a little couple of hours, you know, whatever. And I was on cloud nine because you know, guys, I love my grandbabies and my family. But I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I hope it wasn't too doom and gloom. But I will be back soon, and it will be a much more upbeat video where we can laugh and we can talk and all that kind of stuff. And I want to thank all of y'all for tuning in. I want to thank y'all for all the thumbs up, you know, likes on the video. Don't forget to comment and everything. And I really love each and every one of you, especially Lena Wells and my Anita, my beautiful black queen. Yeah, I don't like hiccups. Hiccups hurt. Somebody, I think that person is back in there. But anyway, I'm about to get ready to go so they could be in there all they want to. But I love each and every last one of y'all. And I will be seeing y'all in the next couple of days because I'm going to try to get more consistent with this now that I'm not, you know, so up in the air about what's going on. T, can you please block? Let me see if I can block her myself. Okay, remove. Let me see, where is this person at? Okay, there you go right there. Remove. Okay, let me see. Put user. Okay, I'm going to report the person. That's what I'm going to do. I'm reporting that person. Okay, then I'm going to pull it back up. And then I'm going to put it on here again. And I'm going to put hide user on channel. So I'm going to hide the user on this channel. For some reason, it's saying try again. Okay, so it let me put user in timeout. That's that. Okay. Still the point. Okay, hide user on channel. I don't know why it's that, but I will go into my personal settings and I will set your black stupid butt back where it came from. But I love my YouTube community and I love my day ones and my second day ones. And even if you came in at the last, I love you all. And don't forget to tell me below what y'all think about this beautiful baby. And this lipstick looks good, right? Mwah. That's a kiss to all of y'all. All right, I'm going to talk to y'all later. Bye.